What's up? This is Bacon is my podcast. I'm Jimmy.
I am Mike.
And we are proud to be part of the Deluxe Edition network. That is right, the Den.
That's right, hashtag the Den. We are part of an awesome network with a number of fantastic podcasts, such as History I'd Like to Fuck, or HILF Podcast, Barrel Age Chicks, Barrel Age Flicks, Spoil My Movie, Deluxe Edition Podcast. Man, I could go on forever.
You could, but we won't, so you can go
Beard
watch.
Laws.
Go listen, go watch, check them all out now.
In a
Deluxe
pickle.
Edition Network.
Right now, deluxeeditionnetwork.com. Follow it on social medias, Deluxe Edition Network.
What's your bacon? What's up, buddy?
Ew. I know it's cold.
Indeed.
So you want to get the sweaters going.
No. I reject that. And I'll tell you why.
Why would you do that?
Well, you don't put gloves on furry hands, do you?
Well, no.
No, you don't. So you know what? I like to keep my beanbag clean like my palms.
Yes.
That's right.
The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is out now. It's got the skin-safe technology you used to. It's got the LED light like you used to. But this one, it's got the foil blade.
Oh my god, the foil blade. It's nice for the crevasse.
Exactly. So it, hooks up your nether regions.
Goes right up the Mississippi on the one side and the Rio Grande on the other side.
Exactly. So go to manscaped.com, use the promo code BACONPOD for 20% off, plus free shipping.
Yeah, indeed.
And it's not even just for this, right?
No, it's for anything on there.
Exactly, especially
our favorite,
the crop mops, the ball and butt wipes. If you see us, we always give them out.
We'll hand them to you.
Exactly.
They'll be in the package, it's okay.
If you don't see us, manscaped.com, promo code BACONPOD, 20% off of those bad boys.
Free shipping.
And always remember to ask yourself,
what's your bacon?
Today, we are recording this on St. Patrick's Day.
Yes, and you know what Ziggy did on St. Patrick's Day? He did a 2-mile walk run today.
Oh, wow.
And had a couple of pints of Guinness.
Well, of course. You have to carb load.
Well, that's true. That's true. Was the Guinness after the run or before the run?
Hopefully during.
And during, yeah. Well, I think on St. Patrick's Day, instead of water, they hand you little cups of Guinness.
It seems like it would be a sin if they didn't.
Right? It's all foam, though. It sucks.
Yeah.
You're running. Oh, it's all head.
But today on Discussion of Drinks, we're going to talk a little bit about, I was talking a little bit about my discovery, my trying to get into the songwriting stuff.
Yes.
But more behind the scenes, and Jimmy and I. And
I'm interested in hearing some of this.
Yes. And we're also going to try, because AJ, my buddy AJ, hit us up at the end of last week and said, hey, Tullamore Dew Honey is delicious. You should get some. So
we'll be the judge of that.
Yeah. I did tell him, I said, you are aware it's liqueur, right? That's why it is so delicious. And he said, wow, because I had a decent amount of it, and that's why my stomach is all messed up. I was like, yeah, well, that sugar does that to you.
And that is why we actually have a regular Tully as well. So.
Excellent. So what do you say?
Probably do half of one of
these, yeah. So
maybe we'll mix them.
Here we go. In
Shazam.
Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my... Bacon! Bacon is my podcast! Bacon! Bacon is my...
So my studio monitors are right over there.
Yes, they are.
I didn't realize how loud they were.
Woo!
Because I was recording stuff and the click wasn't loud enough, so I pulled the guitars down and let the click go louder. And
so if anybody listening has ever had a complaint about the how loud that comes in, we just got it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened here too.
So yeah, we're gonna do a little bit of this.
We'll try a little Tully honey. Little splash.
It's viscousy. You can see that it's like syrup.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a sip a small one of that, but it's probably delicious.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it.
Mix it with some ginger ale.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I have that bold ginger ale actually.
I enjoy a bold ginger
It's a
ale.
bold. I believe it's Canadian dry.
Maybe this would be good with some bitter.
Oh, maybe.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean, you could try it. We got the bitter still.
There's no. I couldn't do things by myself.
Oh, of course not. Of course
That's not how this works.
Yeah, that's true.
That's thick.
It's thick.
That's thick.
That's
coating my throat.
It's sugary, but it's still whiskey.
It's really delicious.
I mean,
yeah, it's very.
I
good.
was expecting it to be a lot like just sugar.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting kind of a Jack Honey vibe, but smoother Irish whiskey, which is it's even. I would say it's even less. Jack Honey sometimes leaves that weird aftertaste. If you've ever had it,
No, I'm not a Jack guy.
Yeah,
so.
it leaves Jack Honey, at least for me, leaves a little weird aftertaste.
But yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's definitely more whiskey than I was expecting. I was expecting more sweet.
Nice. I'll actually like it better when the ice melts a little bit.
Yes.
So it's not quite as thick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like thick drinks unless it's like a milkshake.
Yeah.
Then I'm cool with it. But yeah. Yes, Siggy, it is hard to mess up Tullamore Dew.
Oh man, I
am so tired today that I'm going to be grabbing. I have some chai that's caffeinated. So
not chai tea, because it would just be
that's
TT.
like saying TT.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been taking a little bit of a. I want to try and pursue songwriting from a more behind the scenes role. It's something I've talked about for a long time. We've talked about for a long time.
Yeah, I mean,
and
I can remember. I mean, a few years ago, we were talking about working with somebody,
right?
You know, and
we did stuff with G.
We did stuff with G. Yep.
But yeah, I'm trying to get. We've talked to so many people on this show, and everybody is like Nashville.
Right.
And it's like, okay, I thought that, knew that, realized that, working on it.
It's quite a songwriting community,
right,
over there in Nashville. Yes.
So yeah, I've been trying to do a little bit of research, trying to figure things out. We have a conference there in September, so I'm thinking to myself, if I do some legwork, it's March right now. If we do some legwork, figure things out, maybe we can try and get either on a show or at least figure some sort of like maybe like a songwriting circle, or book a couple co-writes, that kind of thing. So I've been getting into that world, which is just like any kind of scene. It's really tough to penetrate, but I do have, I have some guidance from a couple cool people that have been on the show in the past. Something I did notice is when you're talking about it, if it's an active artist, they're kind of like, well, if this isn't for me or not, doesn't sound like what I do, then I just don't have time right now. Yeah, which I can understand. Yeah. That's
what
just
people don't realize is that, and I've had this conversation with people about a number of things. When you decide to have a career in music, there's many avenues you can take in music, but each one of those avenues takes a certain amount of time, effort, dedication, hustle.
Yeah.
Right. You can't just be like, hey, I'm a good guitar player in my own band. I'm gonna try and become a session player.
Right. No. You have to work yourself into it.
Yeah, that's a community, and there's lots of people that are only trying to do that. So they're kind of like, yo, get off my lawn, man.
Right.
So everything's got its own doorways and negotiations and stuff like that you have to get into. And it's hard to, like, navigate that because it's like starting a new thing every time,
right? And I mean, so there's been some fun parts of the journey. I've got some pretty good feedback, and I've actually spoken to a few people about not even that, and and some people enjoying some of the things that I've sent, and like, okay, well, yeah, I really like this. Maybe I can use something like this, or it's not really my style, but
because you've been sending songs out. You've joined some songwriting things around here too, right? Like some groups, like online groups.
Well,
stuff like that.
Around here is Facebook,
right?
Facebook groups, which
hey, it's still a place to.
It's
interact.
a place. It's still a place. Yeah. For me, a lot of the stuff that I did, and this sounds terrible of me, but some of the songwriting communities online. And again, this goes like me understanding what those artists are feeling.
Right.
When somebody throws something at you, is some of the stuff that happens. Like people, like it literally. If I put a post out just on several, just kind of saying, "Hey guys, I'm new to trying to pursue this in this respect. I'm willing to take it. I want to take a back seat. Willing to take a back seat. Kind of like but I just want to see how you guys think is the best way to try and start getting into this community and start writing some of the music that I want to write and stuff like that, or even just being challenged and taking somebody else's concept and idea and stuff. And I think it's definitely gotten some major some good hits, but then there's the other ones. Then there's the ones that are like, well, what kind of music is it? And I was like, well, I'm willing to push myself. I want to try different things, but my wheelhouse is rock, hard rock. I'll do some pop and stuff, and some of the stuff, like some of the new stuff that I've been writing is very like pop with rock guitars,
right?
Layered in, like a little bit of it's definitely a pop with a growl,
right?
And the rock is a rock and hard rock metal. It's always like, so like Metallica. I'm like, no, not like Metallica. And then the pop is like,
Metallica what they want?
I don't know. Well, no, that's the thing. Like some of these people are artists,
right? And
then those artists, and it's like, don't judge a book by its cover. And I don't. I do the work. You click on the profiles. If they're doing something, you click on that because they're advertising to go check out my single, check out this, and it's
sure.
Whoo. It's like dudes in their 60s doing really dated stuff, and it's like cool. Like I don't mind trying different stuff, but like, are we gonna try and get this to a pop artist or something? It's like, no, I got this.
Right.
I'm like, what? Like, how is this song gonna sell to a wider audience? You are not gonna sell. Like, that's just no.
Yeah,
it's not. That's not what
goes. It's not
what's gonna. So, it's been interesting. But one of the things that I did want to share. So, my post that I did write. Hey everyone, I'm based in New York. Been in bands, songwriting, dabbling with production for a long time. I'd really like to get more involved in the collaborative songwriting process. Definitely more a co-writer in the background, part of songwriting circles, etc. Trying to take some trips to Nashville as well, because that's where the action is, right? I only did that in the Nashville-based ones, and the other ones I took that out.
I would hope so, since you name dropped Nashville.
Right. All that being said, I'm at a loss on how to get more immersed in this. I've reached out to some artists in the area. It seems like their mentality is that if it's not for my project specifically, I don't have time for it. How do I find those like-minded people to break into that community? Hoping this group is one of those ways. Thanks in advance.
Nice.
And yeah, it was, quite
solid intros to a little bit of who you are, a little bit of what you're looking for.
And one of the responses I got was this very response.
Your spelling and grammar are too good for this group. Ask again when your English is shittier, like all the quote experienced professionals on here. Laughing emoji.
Yeah.
All right.
And I went,
right. Well, you've now met Lincoln Ortega.
I like this guy.
Yeah.
I think it was fantastic.
I like Lincoln Ortega.
And you know what's sad? Nobody else liked his comment. There were a whole bunch of comments going like, right. Oh, well, try this and oh, I'd love to do something. I'd love to do something. And likes all up and down. I'm the only one laughing at this. I wonder, I want to know why. What is the songwriters don't have good fucking sense of humor? No, they have to.
Yeah, they don't have to. So
no, I guess you're right.
So here's the thing that we don't know any real successful songwriters.
Sure.
We only know the people that do the shit that we do.
Sure.
Which is unsuccessful.
Right. So do I have to have a stick up my ass? Is that what it is?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess you have to kind of go. You kind of got to go meet those people.
Yeah.
And see what's up. I think. I mean, all the joking aside, I do think that when you do talk to people about songwriting, there's an awful lot of people taking themselves very seriously. Sometimes too seriously, but I think it's a defense mechanism because as songwriters, we're used to people not taking us seriously.
Right.
So I think you might run into kind of a lot of that.
Yeah.
And then probably when you're actually talking to someone, the guard will drop.
The guard drops. Yeah.
I think,
Yeah. I've also gotten I've gotten responses of well, why don't you just do it? And I'm like, because what? I don't know. Because why try anything? Because you want to try and push yourself.
What do you mean? Why
be different?
Why do what?
Why not just be the performer or be the act or be this? And it's well, maybe I'm not marketable. I've been doing it for 20 years, so
I am doing that, but then I'm also trying to expand my reach.
I'm trying to do other things.
I've written things that I think would sound good in someone else's voice. I think, those kinds of things. There's also you hear kind of rumors and people talking about it all the time of oh, all the hits are written by the same 5 people.
Right.
And there's a lot of truth to that if you start looking into it. So there's also the well, how do I get to those people?
Well, some of them in Sweden.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of the pop, a lot of the bigger pop acts are written by those. What is it? The 2 dudes?
Yeah.
In Sweden, I can't remember their names right now. They don't need us to shout them out anyway. But yeah, they write for pretty much everybody. But it's a fair question because there's also the idea of man, everything kind of sounds the same. So why try and learn to write like that?
Right.
Because there's that argument of, well, if you're trying to do what's hot right now, you're 2 years too late. So there's that too. So a lot of them might be trying to I don't know. I'm just making things up.
Yeah, that's what we do on this show.
But yeah, it's you know, it could be that. Why try and write something that's hot right now instead of just trying to make something new yourself? You know, I can see that too.
Yeah, but I'm not necessarily doing that either. You know,
right,
like I'm just
trying to learn the craft.
I'm trying to learn how to push myself. So like a couple weeks back, I went over to Joey's and
my buddy Joey Nunn, also a patron.
Yeah.
Neon Skyline.
Yeah, check him out.
Fantastic.
And if you listen to Neon Skyline, you'll notice that the instrumentation and the arrangement and all that kind of stuff is really fucking cool. It's really great. And Joey does a lot of that. Yep. And I love.
And he got really good at that.
Oh, very proficient.
Like all of a sudden.
Very proficient very quickly.
It wasn't all of a sudden. He worked his ass off. But it was like, to us, or to me anyway, I don't want to speak for you, but like to me who like knew Joey as a bass player and then just kind of like did my own thing and saw him and talked to him and everything, but didn't hear any music that he was doing. Suddenly, to me, like all of a sudden, the next thing he does from like a metal band or jamming with us or like a Muse type band is all of a sudden this synthesizer, electronica,
huge, is atmospheric
stuff. And I was just like, wow, when did you get when did that happen?
Right.
So to me, that was like a quick thing.
So for me, I was very curious as to, you know, the process and his process and stuff like that. Just like with you with me, you know,
right.
Trying to figure out what my process was.
And,
And same with me with you. I wanted to know what your process was. And I like learning new ways.
Yeah.
I like learning. There's, you know, the old saying of there's a million ways to skin a cat. I said that to Jen once and she's like, ew, what?
Yeah, it's weird.
Like, yeah, it's a weird saying. I shouldn't really say, like I said that out loud.
Or at least,
sounds terrible.
Or at least we should find out the origins to it. So that if someone goes, ooh, you can go, actually, this is why that saying exists.
I do have a defense.
Okay.
I also said fuck cats.
Oh, fair enough.
But also, I wouldn't skin a cat.
Hey, this is Ron. Do you like movies? Hey, this is Ragnar. Y'all like alcohol?
Hey guys, this is Stu. Do you like punishments?
Hey, this is Goot. Do you like cinephiles?
Hey everybody, I'm Chase. Do you guys like alcohol poisoning?
If you like all of that, then check us out at Barrel Age Flips. We're on Apple, Spotify, and all the other platforms out there.
I'm getting pretty excited because it's almost time to grill.
It's always time to grill. You know why?
I know.
Because I use grillyourassoff.com. All their stuff is fucking fantastic.
Well, I will say you don't even have to grill outside, even though you do all year round. I don't all year round, but I use all their stuff inside as well.
Yes, exactly.
So I still get the flavors.
Exactly. Everything from their seasoning to their sauces to their hot sauces. And you know what? They also provide delicious snacks.
They do. We actually tried some on the show. We got some cowboy-style beef jerky right here. Their jerky is really, really good.
It's really flavorful, really delicious, and you can have your own. If you go to grillyourassoff.com,
Indeed.
If you go to grillyourassoff.com, use a promo code BACON, and you get 10% off your entire order.
Nice.
And not only will you be helping us out, but you'll be helping out veterans and first responders.
Yeah.
Because this company is veteran owned and it's super badass and we love these guys. Almost a day one sponsor with this show.
That's true.
And we are going to support them forever. Super
check
cool
out their
guys.
site. Check it out. Taste the freedom. If you don't know what you want to get, go ahead and use their product finder quiz.
Yes.
Set yourself up. Figure something out right now over at grillyourassoff.com.
And always remember to ask yourself,
what's your bacon?
what's your bacon?
Or what's on your bacon?
Bunker bacon bourbon barbecue sauce. That's what's up.
Come on, I'm gonna find out where that came from.
No, but there's a million different ways to do things, and not every way is the right. You know, no one way is the right way. And I just love learning, and I love learning new ways, and I love I love the collaborative process. I think I've been in my own head a lot, and I want to try and expand it. I want to try and expand what I do. I want other ideas from people that go, hey, what if you try this? And what if you try this? And you know, I do that a lot with Jimmy. And you know, if you watch some of our old streams, he's just like, you're gonna hate me. And I go, no, I'm not gonna hate you. This is a pain in the ass, but like, I want to hear it. You know, the fact of the matter is that I'm in a unique position that I can try and do some of this stuff and take an extra half hour to do something. It's not going to cost us a dime.
Right.
Right. And I kind of do, anytime I send songs out to anybody, it's always like, listen, this is an idea. This is a demo. This is not a final finished version. I'm married to nothing. This comes to you with zero ego, other than the fact that I know that there's something here that could be good. And whatever you want to do, if you think a part needs to be cut, added, changed, whatever, if the melody isn't good, if this isn't good, tell me. I'm fine with it. Like, it's okay. I'm not going to be butthurt.
Yeah.
And
that's how it should be.
I think a lot of people are taken back by it, and I think that certain people don't believe me because of I'm sure they've heard that before, and somebody has been like, well, you know, that's the part.
Right.
Like,
yeah. That's the way I wrote it.
Right. I've written with people where, you know, a literal, like a part of a song, it's like, dude, you don't need this verse to be 16 measures. Yeah, but it's the way I wrote it. Well, your first verse is 8 measures, and that's already too long. And your second verse being 16 measures, also way too long. Should not be. And it's not like they're musically it's going anywhere.
Right.
It's just that riff is looped 16 measures. So it's like, if you were doing something cool and different and changing it up, maybe, but also you're not. So it's
this sounds
time
like
to
it's
move.
leading somewhere. Where's it leading?
Right. Let's get to that place.
Let's get there.
Let's go there.
Right.
We're going to learn today.
Okay. So
learning time.
Oddly enough, it looks like from my quick cursory research that there really is many different ways of looking at it. So one, skin the cat is used as a term of like hanging from something, like hanging from something by your fingertips and stuff.
Very notable in wrestling.
They use it in wrestling and stuff like that. So skinning the cat, there's the idea that there's more than one way to get to a solution.
Right.
Right. But there's also, looks like back in the 1600s, there was all kinds of just animal killing, and they used to say all kinds of things. More ways to skin a cat was one. There are more ways to kill a cat than by choking it with cream was another one.
Choking it with cream?
Yeah. Others did cats in with butter.
That sounds like a porno title.
They also used to skin cats for their fur because it was a cheaper alternative to more expensive furs. So I'm finding out some horrible things right now. Some other people have said that cat is short for catfish, and they're using it as a term for scaling fish because they were cutting the scales off of fish, and that makes it a little bit more palatable to people. So that's another one. Skinning the cat is an exercise in which athletes pass their legs between their arms while hanging by the hands from a horizontal bar, which also suggests turning an animal's skin inside out.
Shawn Michaels move.
In any way, the exercise unlikely has anything to do with it. Yeah. So looks like
Animal torture in sports.
Looks like they might have actually skinned cats back then. I mean, I will say that stray cats are a nuisance.
Right.
They've always been a nuisance. Don't feed the cats in the neighborhood. They kill birds, lots of birds,
Rabbits,
and rabbits, and they multiply. But that doesn't mean skin them. But yeah, I wish there was some kind of different metaphor that I had found just now. That was just like, oh, that's just an old timey saying for being a gold digger, like something like that, But apparently they skin cats.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say
In several ways, enough to where it became a saying.
Well, the thing is, when I said it from like hearing it,
right,
and knowing what it means,
yeah,
as opposed to like when in Rome.
Right.
But yeah, skin the cat. I just like, and then I thought about it. And she goes, "Oh, that's gross," and I was like,
yeah,
it is pretty gross. But also, fuck cats.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But don't skin cats.
No.
But then if you when you said I'm going to look up what the origin is, I was like, what else could it be?
I was really hoping.
Like,
I was so sure. I was like, they've used a lot of words to mean.
What's the alternative to that?
Dumb things back in the day, like
kitten caboodle.
Right. Like, what the hell's a kitten caboodle?
There's an actual origin story for that.
Do you know it?
I did. I misplaced that data.
Oh,
for something more
remember
useful.
how to order Uber Eats?
Sometimes.
That's the new commercial.
Oh no, that's a commercial.
Yeah,
I don't watch commercials, or I don't pay attention to commercials. Again, it's data that doesn't need to.
It was one of the Super Bowl commercials. That's where I saw it.
Oh, okay.
It's got a bunch of famous people, and they're like, one guy forgot how to sit on a chair. Jennifer Aniston forgot who. Well, I don't remember his name now. The dude from Friends. I never watched Friends. I've seen maybe 3 episodes.
Jen watches Friends a lot.
I didn't find it funny.
Going to bed.
Yeah.
It's her thing because it's like a comfort thing, I guess.
I gotcha. I understand. I know plenty of people. I mean, clearly it was liked. It was well liked.
It was wildly popular.
Yes, wildly popular show. But I didn't get it. I didn't find the humor.
I did not get it. I also didn't, but I don't go out of my way to watch it.
Yeah,
a lot. So yeah,
I'm not a sitcom guy though.
Skinning cats.
Yeah, skinning cats.
And
don't skin cats.
And write songs. And if you got a different way that you write a song, let me know. I want to know.
Yeah.
If we got anybody who
I would like to know too.
You got anybody who's looking for? I got dozens of instrumentals. Like some of the people I've talked to, they were like, "Yeah, send stuff over," and I was like, "Yeah, give me a little direction though."
Right. I got a lot of things.
I could send you a Dropbox folder with dozens of songs.
Yeah.
That you're gonna look at and go, I'm not gonna do this.
What? And I tell you what, even getting a Dropbox of 3 songs at once, because I have had that experience where like someone's asked me if I was interested in trying to write some stuff over some music that they did, and they sent me like 3 songs, and getting all 3 of those songs was overwhelming to the point where it was just like, where do I start? How do I do this? I don't know if I can do this. I probably can't do this.
I've sent out like 3 or 4, just kind of going, what? Well, it depends. Like if they gave me a direction, because I kind of asked them like, okay, do you want it to be more rock? Do you want it to be more metal? Do you want it to be more pop? Did you want it to be more this or that? Because I've got stuff that kind of falls into a lot of different genres.
Right.
I've even got stuff that's like metal with fucking pop synths over it.
Well, and you could take a lot of your songs if it's the right progression and the right vibe. You could just take the guitars out, and all of a sudden you have a pop song.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So it's
pitch it up to like standard tuning, and now you've got a pop song.
Right. But like, now
that's going to be another thing. Are people asking you what tuning things are in?
No.
Because most pop and country songs our standard tuning.
Yeah.
So that could be even a thing. You might want to make some standard tuning versions of some of your stuff too.
Yeah. Well, I worked my way back up to half step.
Yeah,
now,
you're half step now.
So we're getting there.
Yeah.
If I'm definitely open to doing a whole bunch of stuff. I've got another guitar that I'm gonna my other Strat over there that I'm gonna put into standard. But I have 3 other setups that I got to do first.
Nice.
So I have to redo that one. I got to do Gavin's guitar, and then I'm building the other guitar.
Yeah, I want to see some of these guitar parts. Like,
Oh.
are they any of the like what do you got?
There's nothing truly fun in there.
Okay.
But what I can do is I can bring up the. Let me see if I can bring up my order.
So he's building a guitar for his daughter. Now Lacey described to you what she wanted, or did you guys look through guitars together, or what? How did everything get chosen?
All right. So I'll start with this. Let me just
maybe some good information for anybody out there that's interested in maybe building their own guitar.
Yeah, so basically for me, my favorite is definitely, I just want to make sure my address is not showing.
Right.
Because that would be bad.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, for me, I'll just bring up. Oh no, I don't need to. So I built a guitar for Gavin when he was very, 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 very young. Like not old enough to do guitar.
Sure.
I had parts and I had a direction, and his favorite color was blue. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna make it. Actually, that brown case right there, you can open that right up there. And I wanted to do, one of my favorites is a one pickup dealie.
So I'll show this to the camera right now. This is the guitar that you built for Gavin.
Yeah. So it's a light blue guitar, single pickup. Yeah, pretty simple maple neck.
Now Gavin doesn't play guitar.
I've been teaching him a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, did you buy this for Gavin, or did you make yourself a guitar to represent Gavin?
No, I actually did build the guitar with Gavin and
Gotcha.
like I said, but he was super young, and then
It's a great color.
And then I saw that he wasn't. It wasn't until he was 9 or 10 that he was like, I want to figure out how to play this.
Right.
And because of that, when you have the second child, you're like, well, I am not going to do it yet until they are developed enough to feel like doing it. So Gavin started playing a little bit, but then Lacey, she's got the bug now, and she's actually doing really well. She goes back and forth between E and A chord.
Nice.
And on 10 gauges. I actually just got 8 gauge strings.
So string gauge is how
thickness.
Thin they are. So the thinner the string, the easier it is to press down.
Exactly.
Tiny fingers.
Yes.
Small hands.
So I have.
So are you building her a smaller guitar? Like
no,
quarter scale guitar?
No,
like
she's been playing on that.
Yeah. Nice.
Yes.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna just do the full deal. And this is neon pink. And do a single pickup here.
Nice.
And yeah, that's gonna be
great.
Gonna be that. Maple neck, same color as Gavin, so it's the light wood. Got some locking tuners, got some.
That's awesome.
All the accoutrement, if you will. And so yeah, that's what we're doing for her.
People listening and watching, if you're watching, you can see this cool looking strap body.
Go to strangerhoodtv.com to
bright pink.
See that.
And you're getting it from not a sponsor, Guitar Fetish was the one you went to, right?
Yeah.
Getting everything from them?
No. Guitar Fetish is a really good place for bodies, necks, bodies especially.
Yeah.
Their bodies are really good. They're Adler, and they come in a plethora of colors. And they, for those who are into the relic kind of things, they have pre-relic stuff. So yeah, I like their bodies a lot. Their necks are okay.
Yeah.
I prefer to go with like an actual Fender,
Right.
or close to like one of their licensed people. So like Mighty Mite does one, and All Parts does one.
Yeah, I know All Parts too.
And you could save a couple bucks, and you don't have the Fender thing on the top, but it is a 2-scale Fender thing. So yeah, sometimes I'll do it from, I'll try and find a used one on Reverb or Parts Exchange or whatever. And then the hardware and stuff, I kind of go through Amazon for the most part.
I've gotten a few hardware things. I've gotten a couple roller bridges on Amazon.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of roller bridges. I changed mine out on my Les Paul has a roller bridge. So does I think my Hagstrom also has a roller bridge.
Yeah. Yeah. So they've got some good stuff here and there. They also have like a section of clearance things that sometimes they have like a blemished body or a blemished neck where it has a tiny neck. The baritone Strat that I built, that body, there's nothing wrong with it, but apparently it was a blemished body. But I got it for $60, and it's a brand new Strat.
Yeah,
body.
Don't sleep on blemished stuff, guys, because everything gets a blemish.
Right. If you're to play it,
yeah,
it's going to be blemished.
It's going to be blemished.
No.
And if you get one that already has a blemish, you don't have the same overwhelming sadness when the first blemish happens.
Right. Right.
On your watch.
Right.
That first scratch that you do, you're just like,
yeah. The pickup is just a general, it's like a hot pickup.
Yeah.
It's not anything crazy or special, but if she gets more into it, I will do like the real deal pickups and stuff like that. I'll get her.
When you're getting you're getting to get exactly what you want, and you're paying. I don't know if you're paying that much less than getting like a Squire.
No,
but you're
getting something.
You're getting something that's you're getting to pick and do things for it.
Exactly.
So it's not a way to get a super cheap guitar, everyone.
No,
you're not going to get a $3,000 guitar for $500. Like that's not.
No, you're not going to get a $3,000 guitar for $500, but you are going to get $1,000 guitar for $500.
Sure.
Because you can go to eBay and go, okay, well, I wanted a P90, or I wanted a. Dude, I still look. I look all the time. If there's an PRS, HFS pickup, I try and pick them up if they're inexpensive, because that is what I had in my first PRS. Love the pickup, absolutely love it. If you buy it from PRS themselves, and at the end of the day, is it that much when you're buying a PRS? No, it's not. It's it's like I think it's like $200 or $175, something like that. But if you can buy one for $100, and drop that into your guitar, well, guess what? You've got a guitar that's going to sound like, sounds similar to your PRS.
I will also go out on that limb. I will climb that hill that says if you're playing with distortion, especially if you're playing through modelers or if you're recording into your computer and stuff like that, the pickup is doing all the heavy lifting, as opposed to your rock maple neck and your solid alder body, and
if the neck is comfortable
that you paid for.
If the neck is comfortable and the body is comfortable, body is more about the weight. Unless you're getting like a hollow body guitar, or like a wide hollow body guitar or something like that. The body is all about the weight. It is not about the resonation when you're doing distorted guitars.
No, when you're doing distorted guitars. If you're playing blues, yes. If you're playing through tube amps,
if you're doing blues and you're not playing with a hollow body, you're playing wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, tellies.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, I've heard some good blues on tellies and strats, but
I hear a lot of there was
hollow
made
body's a
more
thing.
for country though.
Yeah,
It was a twang for country.
yeah, that's true.
But yeah, you can do it. But you can play it on a fucking PRS too.
That's true. You can.
So,
What's up, fam?
yeah.
Bacon listeners? Ever wanted to help out the show? Ever wanted to know a little bit more about what goes on behind the scenes here at Bacon?
Perhaps keep these glasses a little bit fuller.
Mine's empty.
Yeah. Go over to patreon.com/baconismypodcast where you can get additional content, including tastings.
Yeah, you can get cooking shows.
You can get early ad-free shows.
That's right.
And at even the lowest tier, come participate with us every week in our discussion and drinks episode where we hang out with you, our BIMP squad.
You're a part of the show. Join us, hang out, weigh in on everything that we're talking about, weigh in on everything, maybe be a part of the show.
Exactly.
It's happened.
Join the BIMP squad.
Yeah.
Get your first week for free over at patreon.com/baconismypodcast.
What's up, Bacon?
You can.
The world is your oyster. There's a million different ways you can skin a cat.
World is your oyster. Go shuck it.
Go skin it. Skin your fucking oyster.
Yeah. Are there more than one ways to shuck an oyster?
I
I
mean,
think there's one way of shucking, but there's plenty of ways to open one.
right. Shucking is the definition of a way to open.
There's more than one way to open anything.
Right.
There's-
Dynamite.
Yeah.
That's an easy way.
Yeah.
You just need to get out of the blast.
Skin a cat with dynamite.
You can definitely skin a cat with dynamite. I agree. I'm like looking at my guitars. It's so funny now.
Right.
Except for one. They're all the same pickups. There's two pickups in the bridge.
Dude, you got a sound.
I have either the Fender Blacktop,
Mhm.
and I've actually actively gone on music sites to get that pickup used on
Right.
taken out. You can actually get them for like $25.
Yeah. I had that pickup in my Jaguar, and I really liked it.
That's what I have in my Jag.
Yeah. I think I had the same one.
Yeah. But I either have that or the HFS,
Mhm.
except for that Strat, which I put 5762s in.
Yeah, there was a period
Single
where I was
coils.
putting P90s and everything.
Yeah.
And then I went down to, I had two Les Pauls with P90s, and I just started leaving whatever pickups came and whatever else I was doing.
Yeah.
And just kind of like, unless I really didn't like it, but most of the time I'd buy it and I'd play it and I'd be like, it sounds good.
Yeah. Well, actually, I fell in love with this guitar.
It's got a Strat just off screen.
Yeah. Sorry. It's a gear talk day. Sorry, folks.
Yeah.
So you're woo.
Sometimes the tangent leads that way.
Things I do with, or that I got from this guitar, buying this guitar. It was used, it was modded, and now there are things that on this guitar that I actively do with like most of my guitars.
Stuff that when you bought it, it already had on it. And then you...
They were upgrades that happened to it.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
First off, it's split coils.
Okay.
So
yeah.
what that means is
How
I
often
have
do you use that?
a lot now.
Do you?
Yeah, with the writing and doing cleans and stuff.
Yeah.
It's that fourth position. But well, that's already that's a position that I use all the time on the PRS when I do clean.
Okay.
So it's basically the same thing.
I
It
gotcha.
splits the humbucker.
Basically, what a humbucker is, guys, is pickups are generally a magnet, some pole pieces, and a bunch of wire, right? And a humbucker is two of those put together to cancel out the noise that they are creating, bucking the hum, if you will. And so there's definitely a different tone that happens with one versus the two, and depending on what you're playing, sometimes it's a desirable tone to have that single coil.
Yeah.
Kind of like, yeah, there's a little bit of noise, but it's like it's got such a biting, cutting, rip your face off kind of tone. That sometimes that's exactly what you need.
Yeah.
You know.
But this particular this particular setting is more of it's a clean, pretty, light, beautiful setting. So that, blocking the bridge.
Okay.
I do that all the time now. And
blocking the bridge means if you have a guitar that has a whammy bar, everybody knows what a whammy bar is. If you are someone like me that never ever uses one,
or me,
but you get a guitar that happens to have one, sometimes what you'll do is it has a whammy bar because the bridge, which is where the strings go through, is on springs. And so it'll move on you.
It makes it go wow, wow, wow.
And if you don't ever want it to do that, you can block it, which is really putting a wood block in the cavity behind the guitar.
I forget what the total of the change is, but there's a method. I think it's like $1.74 or something like that. And if you stack those particular quarters, that amount of coins, it perfectly fits in that slot.
It keeps it from moving, so it stays
static. You take those coins together, slide it in, you're good to go.
My Music Man guitar has a whammy bar.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But you would never know it because however they built it so well that it doesn't move unless you put the bar in and actually use it. So I didn't have to block it. I didn't have to add an extra spring. Usually what I'll do first is I'll add an extra spring or two to just make the tension so much that it's not going to move.
Yeah.
But not so much that it's going to start pulling down.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do anything to it, and I've never had to do anything to it.
The white PRS I never had.
Incredible.
I never had to do anything to, but I just did.
Right.
Because I was like, well, I block everything now. So,
right.
So those two things, and then also the saddles, the Graphtec saddles. They're great. They're really, really, really great.
Yeah, I like the Graphtec nut.
Oh yeah, the nuts at the top of the neck. It's the thing that holds the strings when you run it through the neck. The saddles are the things that hold the strings down at the bottom in the bridge before they go through the body of the guitar sometimes.
Yep, and Graphtec is a
not a sponsor,
kind of a graphite. Which is interesting because one way that we all kind of learned when you're setting up your guitar, you're changing strings, you take a pencil and you use the pencil in the grooves where your strings go to put graphite in there so that they move easier and they don't get burrs and they don't get caught up in there or anything like that. So they basically made a nut that's made
out of it.
Yeah. Same thing with the saddles. So less string breaks, less getting caught up, things like that.
Yeah.
So all this information that you never knew you needed, you certainly didn't want.
But now you do.
But I figure if we're talking about it, I should at least
explain
it. Yeah. We got Deaf Bird that just joined us. We were just talking about our girl G earlier because we were talking about songwriting, and just put I was supposed to use a pencil. Anytime you change the strings, you don't have to. That's not a supposed to thing, but it's like one of those things. Shit, who knows if it's urban legend?
Might be an old wives' tale.
Yeah, it could be anything. Who knows? Like guitar suspicious stories,
Right.
It's like gnomes in the yard.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, we always kind of learn to do that. It's just to do the pencil in there and then you've got less I don't know, it smooths it out, I guess. I don't know. It's probably bullshit.
It's lead. You might get more lead exposure for all you know.
Sure. Yeah.
You didn't learn it from us.
So don't worry, G. Just keep eating your pencils like you have been.
Oh man.
A kid we love.
I am excited. I'm really excited to dive back into the songwriting thing and show some of you guys. Maybe I'll drop some instrumentals on the Patreon.
Yeah, why not?
You guys got to promise not to steal them.
We got some musicians in the Patreon. Maybe they'll write something to it.
If you don't steal it, I'll do it.
Don't steal it, but write something.
So what I'll do is I'll put a poll up, and I'll say, "Do you promise not to steal this?
Yes or no?
Yes or no?" And if everybody says yes, then I'll post a
I'm
couple.
gonna tell you right now, Joey's gonna say no
And that's fine. Then nobody gets it.
because you know that's how that's.
Because if one ruins it, you're all done. I'm just kidding.
Apple. That's what a poison apple is.
Right. I'm just kidding. Okay. But seriously, don't say no. Yeah, I'd like to. Maybe I'll throw some stuff up there just to have fun.
Yeah, and if you're just listening and you're not a part of the
BIMP Squad.
BIMP Squad over on Patreon, jump over to patreon.com/baconpodcast.
I didn't change it, I swear.
No, that was dramatic pause.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to.
She wants to write. Deppard wants to write lyrics to it.
Okay.
She's very good at lyrics.
I'll pick one out. I have one. I have one that I know that I'm pretty confident that you'd be. Yeah, I got one for you.
She's good with the lyrics.
Yeah,
for sure.
Sweet. So yeah, we gotta.
And then that's good because she'll write lyrics to it, and then she should be the one to sing it, which means that she has to come here and pay to record it.
And for the instrumental.
See? So.
Right.
She's rolling in it.
We're all rolling in it, aren't we?
We're rolling in something.
Yeah, right.
We're rolling in the skin of cats. Did I not use that correctly?
I can pay you handsomely in cat skin.
In the skin of cats. As you know, there's more than one way.
Oh man, that is fantastic! Wow.
We got Ziggy chiming in from the BIMP Squad. So over the years, I've learned that on a distorted sound, any hum canceling pickup sounds awesome with the right speaker. Yeah, I agree. Like, I rarely, even when I have switched pickups, I've rarely found a pickup that I didn't like. There's just pickups that I like some of the tonal qualities better.
Right.
Or I had one
that
and
I
I knew
more.
I liked it, and like I'd play the guitars side by side, go, I like how this one sounds more. Let's see if I change pickups, if that improves it.
Yeah.
And whether it does or doesn't, I still just leave it in because I'm like, well, I'm not taking it out now.
Right.
I just did this. But I agree. You know, like I think if you buy a guitar, if you buy any guitar that's like made by a company, they didn't choose their pickups because they sound shitty. You know, so I think they're gonna sound good.
Depends on the company.
Well,
it depends on the company.
Jim. I can't think of one.
Right.
I can't think of one.
I mean, there are some companies that are like
use cheap components and stuff.
Cool.
Sure.
100 for $1 a piece. Let's go.
I've never received one like that.
No, but there are companies that are.
You know, I've yet to. And I tell you what, even some of the guitars that have come in with students, where I'm like, where did you get this? What is this? And they've been real shit guitars.
Yeah.
You plug them in and you put some distortion on, and you're like,
oh, no.
Yeah, this sounds like Sabbath. Yeah, it's just kind of, you know.
Yeah.
You wanted to sound like Sex Pistols, right? Well,
there you go.
Here you go.
Yeah.
This sounds like a knife through a speaker cone. And like, but it's the tone and that's the sound. And if you can play, man, if you can play, you can play on anything and make it sound good.
Right.
So I worry more about the stuff that's going to short out.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care about the pickup as much as I care about the wiring.
Yeah.
That's more my thing, is like if 2 weeks into having a guitar, every time you change the pickup, it goes.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, when I'm all the way down on the bridge, I get no sound unless I hit it.
Right.
I get a lot of that at the school.
Can't turn a certain way.
Right. Yeah. If I move at all. So other than that, but yeah, so I agree, Ziggy. Like, name brand guitars for sure.
Yeah.
For the most part, they're gonna sound great. They're gonna do what you want them to do. You can get into the minutia of it, or you can get all crazy about it, like some of us do.
Some of us, yeah.
But it's but that's because that's fun. That shit's fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Does it really do anything? I don't know. Skinning cats.
Skinning cats, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna start using terms wrong.
Before we head out, though,
Uh-huh.
I do want to say I told Jim at the head of the show, or maybe it was before we got on, that we're waiting on some more tasting things.
You didn't tell me they were tasting.
Okay.
things.
So I have something ordered. It's on its way. It's going to be here this week.
Okay.
By the time this drops, and I went to Bus and Snacks, and
Bus
I
and
ordered some
Snacks,
stuff.
man.
I ordered some stuff,
That's
so
some
we're going
fun
to have
stuff
some
on there,
tasting
right?
things. We got things to taste in the coming weeks.
Bus and Snacks, not a sponsor.
Yeah. So
But now they'll have fed us twice.
more than twice, because I got a nice haul
Oh,
coming in.
did you get it?
Yeah. I got a nice haul coming in.
Nice.
I got free shipping.
Excellent.
So
So I know you ordered a lot. Yeah. Okay.
yeah. So we're
We're
going
gonna
to
order a lot to get free shipping on Bus and Snacks.
but it's going to be some Patreon shows. We're going to do some on this show, so it'll be a lot of fun. So, all right, guys, we appreciate you hanging out, talking some shop,
Yeah.
some songwriting. Some
Hope you guys
guitars.
enjoyed this. I know it was a little all over the place. But what did we learn today? We learned that pickups kind of matter, kind of
Yep.
don't. We learned that you could build your own guitar from Guitar Fetish and
Yep.
a couple other sites.
Mhm.
We learned
Songwriting.
that songwriting is fun and interesting, and we're learning more about it every day. And
Trying to expand
Nashville is a little bit tricky to break into
and terrible at spelling.
and terrible at spelling, apparently.
But most of all, we learned that
There's more than one way to skin a cat,
yeah,
and that saying
that's a new
came
bacon.
from skinning cats. Unfortunately,
Yes, it did.
yeah, they skin cats. That's messed up.
Yes. So on that note,
Yeah.
guys, have a lovely night or day
Go
or
suck
whatever.
at 1600s.
Exactly. Fuck cats, but also don't skin them.
Don't skin them.
And always remember to ask yourself,
What's your bacon?
what's your bacon in world peace?
Hmm.
Well, that's not a question. That's just a statement.
Sometimes I ask myself,
Yeah.
world peace? Could we?
Skin a cat.
Feels like we're not even
Don't
close.
skin a cat. That's not world peace.
More than one way.